G'day everyone, Rach here from Rara Stitching Realm, currently just doing Quiltytube. How is everyone? I just realised I haven't changed my Jubilee stand. We'll shift the goalpost as Sherry likes to do and call it a Jubilee year. I'll change it. Anyway, apologies for being a little bit later than normal. I'd hoped to do this a couple of weeks ago, but things just got in the way. So this won't be a really long video. There's not a lot to show, but there is some stuff to show, so I will just crack on. Just want to say hello to any new subscribers and good day to those returning. If you did not watch my last floss tube, but you are normally a floss tube viewer, I have stopped floss tube for the time being. I'm not stitching at the moment, so the only thing you will see on this channel for the time being is a monthly Quiltytube video, and we'll just see what the new year brings. I'm just taking the pressure off. I'm not stitching. I would prefer to be at the sewing machine, although I haven't done that much. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I actually did this past 6 weeks is make something. So I have these lovely Mason Cash mixing bowls. I have a big one and a small one. And see, I was like, every time I'm going to put that green one inside the white one of these days I'm going to drop it and I'm going to break one or other of these very expensive bowls that I have got. So I decided to whip myself up just a little quilted layer between the two. Now I could have used paper towels or whatever, but I've got all this fabric and I'm learning to quilt, so let's have a go. So I knocked up just a little square with some leftover Three Sisters stuff that I used for one of the canning mats, and I actually did a quilt as you go, and one of them was a bit wonky, but that really doesn't matter. And I did yes. We won't win ribbons with this, blimey. Anyway, this is the top. This is what you'll see. It's got some Insel Bright in the middle to give it a little bit of cushioning and to give it a second juice if necessary. And I decided just to have a go at machine sewing the binding on. So what I actually did was had a play with zigzag stitch around the sides, because it's this, as I say, this is not a for display item. Its primary job is to sit in here and just cushion the bowls. So I'm just going to stick that down on the floor now. See, I didn't break anything. Okay, so our main job this past month has been working on the plus sign quilt. Now you will see there is a lot less on here. I am not as far as I could have and should have been, really. I should have perhaps had the top finished completely, but that's just the way I operate. So what I have got done is 3 rows completely, but I've not sewn the rows together. Where I sew, which is back over that direction where I used to film from, I don't have a lot of room around the sewing machine. So when I start to sew the width of the top, it's going to be too much. So what I'm going to do when I get to that point is shift the sewing machine out onto the dining room table and do the 5, will it be 5 or 4? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5. 4 rows across on the dining room table where there's plenty of real estate. So what I have got, I will show you. Let's make sure I've got them round the right way. Okay, and then I had to stop because I've got to do some work. Anyway, this will give you a bit more of an idea. How am I going to hold this up? So this is row 1. So I can't see what you're seeing. kind of, some of it makes sense. You can see the plus sign in some of the bits. So I've been doing it as I said I would do, which is like a 9 patch. So 9 5-inch squares, which I pulled up off the floor when I laid the pattern out back in June when my father went away. So that's row 1. This must be row 2. I've kept a tag on just to remind me what row it is. I did think about trying to pin it. Focus. Thank you. Trying to pin it, but I didn't get to that point. So you're starting to get a bit of an idea of how it will look. I'm very pleased. I'll show it on this next one. I'm doing pretty good at joining up. I've got a couple of intersections that are a bit dodgy, but I am not too worried about them. I think that they will just get lost in the overall size of the quilt top and when it's quilted. And this is row 3. Let me put it up the right way so that I can then show you what I discovered yesterday. So I've got some green going on in row 3 and some pretty flowers. And then we've got this delightful this is, I've got to the end of row 3 before this happened. Maybe I need to hold it like this so you will see it better. Can you see? I've got a problem. So somewhere along the line I put these two the wrong way round, so that needs to be there and that needs to be there. So you can see, otherwise it doesn't make the plus sign, the yellow plus sign. So, and I didn't clock that until I must have been ironing it or folding it after I had ironed this whole row. So I need to take this block off, take this row off, and then take that seam, swap those around and then rejoin it all up again, and I'll do that before I move on to row 4. So I'm pleased I got to row 3 before that happened. So that is what I have been working on. I now add in something new to the mix. So some orders that I was waiting for finally arrived. I have my own copy of this one, Happiness is Scrappiness. There are lots of really nice projects in here, and I wish I had more funds to buy more Laurie Holt fabric. I think it is really nice, but I've got those 2 boxes back there and a couple of other bits and bobs, and I've just asked to be notified for a table runner kit. I've been thinking a lot about end uses of what I'm making, and I'm trying to perhaps go gangbusters. When I get into a new hobby, I go gangbusters and I buy all the stuff and then I don't use all the stuff. So I'm trying to just rein myself in a little bit and think, do I need, especially with Christmas, do I need a whole heap of Christmas quilts? The answer is, while I live in the southern hemisphere, no I don't, because Christmas Day is in the middle of summer. So I need more smaller things, table runners, table toppers, wall hangings, the odd quilt that could go over the back of a sofa or something like that. So I need to be a bit more stern and disciplined with myself. The other thing that arrived for me is the Designer Mystery Block of the Month from the Fat Quarter Shop. So in this box is block 1. I'm sure if you either finished it completely or you know what this is by now. So that's block 1. The fabrics are beautiful. But I knew that as soon as I saw them being shown, even I think before this was announced, we had seen the fabrics. And then also in this, I brought everything basically. So I've got the months coming as they get released, the finishing kit, which is what this is. So I haven't unwrapped it, and I probably won't for the time being, so but you can sort of get a bit of an idea. There's a lot of background fabric and things. The lovely box obviously, and some alphabetties which I had resisted buying because I knew they were coming in this kit. So I now have some alphabetties. So my plan is to finish the top of to finish the plus signed quilt top before I start working on this. I'm a bit concerned that this is out of my league. I've seen a few people talk about that in the Facebook group. I know that the Fat Quarter Shop gives you quite a bit of material, so there is room to make some mistakes and fix it. I'm toying with either having a go at some of the scrap fabric that I've got just to have a practice, or just going slow, taking care going slow. The biggest issue is, if that will focus, I can't quite tell if that's focused, I think it is. These dark lines here are striped, and I know I will be annoyed if the stripes are not lining up. Now I've seen a variety of different things. People have turned the stripes 90 degrees completely for that V, or they've done half horizontal and half vertical, and in some cases they've changed the fabric completely to a different navy. I have no other Nantucket Summer. It is Nantucket Summer, isn't it? Fabric, so I don't know if I will change it completely, and I'm not sure if I can get any in, so I'll just see how we go. But the first thing is to get the plus sign top finished and then start on the with this box specifically. I've got the first month, and then I think I've got this gives you an overview of what it's going to look like. So I've got all the fabric for 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 extra blocks. So all the fabric for these blocks here are in the finishing kit, and then all those blank spaces are what's going to be released. So block 2 is released. Some people have already finished it. I thought I would be the last person in the world to get it, but there is actually someone who's only just got theirs in Australia. So I noticed her surname is further down the alphabet than mine, so that's probably part of it. They probably work through it alphabetically on the list. So anyway, I've just paid for block 2 and the backing set, and that I think has actually already been shipped. So, and then after that it'll just be a block once a month. So I would like to keep up with the block and either a couple of the finishing blocks each month, or just set aside and get them all done, which some people have done, because I'm sure that because there are, let's say, I don't think this is not right, I think there are 4 of one and 8 of another, I think, looking at the picture, 5 of one and 8 of another. I'm sure you would get into a rhythm, and so you would actually, subsequent ones would get better, and it's probably better to just do them rather than, you know, couple now and a couple next month and so on. So we'll see. Other than that, I think that is it. I'm sure that once, yeah, I should be able to start something else. I've got a few other things. I've got the bits and bobs. Actually, I didn't pull it out. I have got the bits and bobs for a different quilt top that I saw someone making a video, but I need to sort a ruler for that. And then I've got that beautiful day that I ordered that came with some Lorry Holt fabric. The pattern came with some Lorry Holt fabric, but I'm swapping it to Beautiful Day. So I might work on that when I'm not working on the block of the month. So we'll just see. And now that I've stopped the stitching, I can get into a sort of a better routine because I'm not having to worry about what I'm supposed to be stitching today. I'm just relaxing right back on that, and if I stitch, I stitch, and if I don't, I don't. So we'll just see. Anyway, I think I have waffled long enough. I will catch you, because this is mid-month, I probably won't catch you bones. Excuse me. I hope that we'll just get through this. I will look to film again towards the end of September, beginning of October, that window. So we'll see how we go. Alright, before I have a coughing fit, I'm going to go. I will catch you soon. Bye for now.